everyone. Again, it's summertime and it's quite hot and humid outside here in San Diego, California. So we're going to continue on the theme of having foods that are refreshing and are really good for us. Today we're going to make some overnight oats that is packed not only with antioxidants but also probiotics. So it's a twist to the overnight oats that I typically make. And if you want to know the recipe for the other one, you can check out that video as well. My name is Chris. I am a diabetes nurse practitioner. I am passionate about plant-based nutrition. I want to welcome you to my kitchen where we make things healthier so we can live longer. So I want to show you some of the ingredients that I have today. You know, our gut microbiome is a huge part of our health. We have 39 trillion bacteria in there that we need to support to keep it healthy, because a healthy gut microbiome will keep us healthier as well. And if you are dabbling into pre-diabetes and diabetes, you're gonna want to have all that fiber and nutrition to support your body without having too much sugar. So we'll get started. I have a container here. And I like using containers that have a liquid tight lid, because when we put our dry ingredients in here, eventually we're going to put our wet ingredients as well. So I have here organic rolled oats. I like using rolled oats because they're actually easier to deal with in terms of overnight. You know, when you bloom them overnight. So this is the base of your overnight oats. Now you're not stuck with just boring overnight oats. Although by itself, I love oats, and so they do pack a lot of nutrition, and I love to eat them. The next thing what we're gonna do is actually put some more nutrition in there, and what I like to do are dried fruits. Now I have a mixture of dried fruits in here. If you can come a little bit closer, I have some dried blueberries in there. I have some craisins, and I have some white raisins as well. So we're gonna put about 3 tablespoons of that in there. The next thing I like to put, because we're gonna put a ton of different seeds as well as nuts on this one, I like to put this ground up flaxseed. It is a very good source for omega-3. I put about 2 tablespoons in there. There is no direct science on the quantity of these things. You just want to put in what you like, and I feel like the ratio is good, with 2 tablespoons each of everything. Now bear in mind that is about a cup to about a cup and a half of oats, and so we're gonna have to keep that in mind when we're blooming this. Now this one are hemp seeds, called hemp seeds, and they contain a lot of protein, so it is actually complete protein, and it's just wonderful to kind of add it in there. It's nutty, and that's what I like about it. I also like seeds because they do provide that really good crunch in there, and on top of that it has a lot of fiber, protein, and good essential fats as well. So we're gonna have 2 tablespoons of raw sunflower seeds in there, and we cannot forget that it's also good to have some spices in there. So we're gonna put about a teaspoon of cinnamon, and it's just so fragrant, and it's really, really good for us. Okay, so this is your overnight oats. Let me mix it up. And you can put whatever else you want in it. You're not married to just this. If there's some other fruits or dried fruits that you want, you can put them in here. Okay, so I've mixed this all up. There we go. With about, give or take, a cup and a half of oats, we're gonna add about a cup and a half of our soy milk here. I like using soy milk because they're actually very good for us. They contain plant estrogen. It does not raise your estrogen level in the ways that people think they do. So I'm gonna pour that in here. But how we're gonna add probiotics in here, because this is prebiotic. This is prior to like fermentation. But what we're gonna do to add some probiotics is actually to add plant-based yogurt in here. And I found this in the store, wanted to try it. It's unsweetened plain, and that's what I like about it because it doesn't contain a ton of sugar. This is made with cashew milk, but you can definitely use like almond milk base or soy base. It's very thick and it adds a lot of creaminess to this. So we're gonna add about a cup of this. So what I do is like, my ratio is about 2 to 1. So it's 2 parts of liquid to 1 part of dry. And that gives you a very, very thick mixture. Okay, so that's about a cup of it. I'll move this in here. Mix up all of that. And to make it even creamier, and you don't have to do this, but it provides a little bit of that texture of fat in your mouth, is actually adding some coconut cream to this. There you go. And that's just about 2 tablespoons, give or take. Okay, and then we're gonna whisk it together. And come closer so you can take a look at this one here. So you wanna mix this really, really well. And you can see it's starting to absorb the liquids. Keep in mind that your oats are very hydrophilic, right? It attracts water, it likes to absorb water. But your chia seeds are the same way, and your flax seeds are the same way. So when you put this in the fridge overnight, and it has absorbed all of that liquid, it actually turns the whole entire mixture very creamy. Okay. There you go. And this is about the consistency that you kind of want to see. Now, if you want it a little thinner, definitely add more liquid to it. But I think I'm gonna keep it like this, and then we'll take a look tomorrow morning to see if I do need to add a little bit more liquid. So here we go. And you can see that contains a lot of goodness as it is. Okay. And I tend to put the mixture in one container so it reduces some of the washing we have to do. And then we put the lid on it and put this in the fridge. So we cheated. We actually have a pre-made one already. So I'm gonna grab my bowl here and I'll show you what it looks like the next day. So voila. You can see that consistency right there. Oh my gosh, it is so good and it's so creamy. So I serve this with different kinds of fruits. I like fresh fruits typically with my overnight oats. I don't really add any more sugar to this. Do you see how the fruits have kind of like rehydrated and pumped up? And that is so good. And you can see the chia seeds are completely hydrated as well. So what I typically do is put it in a bowl, right? This is for my husband today. Oh, it's so good. Actually, I have to tell you, we've tried this already and it was phenomenal. So I think I found one recipe that actually both of us really, really like. Okay, so that's your overnight oats. And I like it with sliced bananas on top and with other nuts. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put some chopped up walnuts in here. That adds a little bit more crunch, fiber, essential fatty acids, as well as protein. And I don't have fresh berries right now, but I do have frozen berries. And you can see that here. Can you see that? It is so good. Okay, wait a minute. I have a little spoon here, so we can try it a little. Really perfect. The berries have just kind of like thawed out, and so it's actually pretty good and still kind of whole, but it bursts into flavor into your mouth, and it's not very sweet, and that's what I like about it. Now, if you want it sweeter, you could always drizzle a little bit of maple syrup on top. I do like honey or maple syrup because they have antimicrobial, antibacterial properties, and so it adds to the health kind of like component of what you're making. So Your overnight oats here has a ton of good nutrition for you. You have to give it a try and tell me how you like it. So I want to thank you folks for joining me today. I'm looking forward to you joining me again on another phenomenal recipe that we're going to make together.